Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, and I'm leaving work going a little bit different way. Unfortunately, I have to go to Ikea today. I wasn't able to get all the parts I needed at Lowe's. There's this weird flat bolt that bolts I guess that's two pieces together. And it's got a wide piece in the middle because the hole's pretty wide, and so put one end on, you can't have anything sticking out because the way it's constructed, you need a flat piece, and so that's what that does. You slide that flat piece in there and then put the other piece that's bigger and has the screw part on it, and then you just tighten it down, and I only have to get two of them, so I've got to head over to Ikea, which is on the other side of town from Austin. It's up in Round Rock, so I've got to go there and get the parts. And then work on the bed, and I guess we're rearranging the living room so there's a little more seating. Guess we're doing that tonight. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, which I really didn't want to do at first because, you know, if I don't work, I don't make money, but my niece and nephew are coming in, and I'd like to go pick them up at the airport and all that. They started looking, and they don't even come until 4 o'clock. So what I should have done is just worked half a day and left, but that didn't happen. So, I'm taking all of tomorrow off, and then we'll go pick them up, and then probably go get something to eat, and then head to the house so they can relax. But I think pretty much everything's done, other than getting this bed fixed and then getting the beds made, of course. You know, with sheets and all that. We've already got the mattresses and all that crap. So once the bed's repaired and it's sturdy, then we'll make the beds and then clean up a little bit more. And I think we're maybe putting a rug down. I don't know for sure. And then my wife's working on the kitchen today. And the kitchen is like a remodel in progress. So we used to have a renter in there, and he started pulling up the old linoleum and subfloor because there's wood floors underneath it. Of course, it only got about halfway done, and it needs to be reconfigured. It needs electrical run in it to hook up a regular electric stove, but I think we're talking about going either gas or propane on the stove. My wife used to have gas lines to the whole house, and a local plumber decided to cut them all up from under her house and then try to send her a bill to put it all back together. And that was before her and I met, because if we had been together and he had done that, his ass would have been back up underneath that house with all brand new copper pipe and putting it all back in, or he would have suffered a severe ass whipping. Unfortunately for him, we don't have to deal with him. He's no longer of this earth. So I don't know what our plan is there, but the kitchen's really small, and we've got some ideas on what we want to do with it. So we just need to, I guess, sit down and figure it out, and then I need to go in and finish pulling that floor up and decide what kind of floor we're going to put down. But we're trying to make some room in there, move things around, kind of the way we want them. I'm going to try to get somebody out to run the electrical for me. That way we can get at least the stove hooked up, because it runs, I'm pretty sure it runs off the 220, and we used to have 220 air conditioners in the house, so it's wired for like 3 or 4 of those. We're not using them, so that's a spot on the breaker box that we can use. And there's one in the dining room. I just don't know if we can tie off of it and run it straight into the kitchen, or if we need to run all new wiring. So I'll have to find that out. So I'm going to travel through Austin, go to Ikea, and then tonight we're going to finish working on the house. Then go to bed, and then get up tomorrow, and I got some stuff to do. We've got to go to Lowe's and try to get a copy of the original receipt when we bought the washer and dryer, to see if they're still under warranty. If they are, then I can call and have the service set up, because I'll have our extended warranty number. And then once that's set up, we can have somebody will come out and fix the washer and dryer for us. If it's not under the extended warranty, then I'm gonna have to like call around and find. I guess I'll find people that are Maytag certified and ask them how much they charge, and see if I can get somebody out to fix them pretty cheap. I think the dryer, I found out, and this, to be perfectly honest, I won't be buying another Maytag product. I'm lumping them in with LG, so I'm kind of running out of companies to be pissed at. But I found out on those dryers, you have to have them taken apart and cleaned every 2 years. Now, why would you design something that basically fails after 2 years, which is kind of what's happening now? It's overheating, and it's because it needs to be taken apart and cleaned, I'm sure. Or it could just have a problem with it. So I guess whoever comes out will have to look at it and either clean it or replace a part and clean it. Either way, it's going to have to be cleaned. And then the washing machine, we have no idea what's going on there. We think that maybe the pump that pumps the water out is got a blockage or something, because it'll do a small rinse cycle through it, but it won't run a full load all the way through it, and it keeps locking the door on us. And you go back to the good old days of just the regular ones. I won't ever buy a front loading one either. I'd rather just have a regular washing machine, like a regular old style, where everything's on top. And that's actually easier, because then you don't stack them and they sit side by side, and so when you move from one to the other, it's just grab and throw. Oh well, I guess on the dryer, most of them are on the front anyway, but I think I've seen some no, maybe I haven't. I was thinking I saw a dryer where it was top load, but I guess it's not. They're always front load on the dryers. But we had an old one that we got rid of because it wasn't working all that great, and we could never get it to balance right. And that thing's probably still running, unless the people just wore it out who we gave it to. But I can guarantee it runs better than what we have now. So I think we may save up and replace those in the next couple of years. Get them fixed, use them for another couple of years, and save up and buy something different. Oh, my head's itchy. So I'm going to go to Ikea and get these bolts. Oh, and cinnamon rolls. Oh my God. If you have an Ikea near you, go to their little deli thing up front and buy cinnamon rolls. Trust me. Probably the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had in my life. And I've eaten cinnamon rolls in some really good restaurants, and I've had some in really good bakeries, and these things are amazing. So I'm definitely going to pick up a thing of those. And I thought about filming while I was there and kind of doing a running commentary and then posting it with this vlog, but I've got such little time to get everything done tonight that it just can't. So hopefully next time, or if I have to go back for something else, I'll film myself going through there, and you guys can kind of watch it and all that. And I think it would be interesting. But this time around, it's just one of those deals. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. So anyway, oh man, I gotta get something to drink. I'm dying of thirst. What else do I got going on? I think that's it. We found all of my train stuff, my model train stuff. I love model trains. Always have since I was a little kid. My dad had a bigger one, the HO scale. When I was a kid, a really old one, and I played with it. I love that thing. And so a few years ago, there was a lady whose husband passed away, and I helped her go through all her stuff. And she went through it, and she had opened like in a storefront, and I was helping her, and we made some trades when my wife was a florist, and I ended up with a bunch of train stuff, just buildings and trains and like all kinds of crazy stuff. So we found all of it, and I'm thinking about going through it and start selling the majority of it. Just because I got other things I need. I need to buy a light kit, and I really need to save up and buy a shed and finish it out and record and have a place where it's just mine and I record and all my equipment's in it, and you know, I don't have to worry about somebody being loud because it's insulated, and I don't have to worry about that, and I can do what I need to do. That's a little further down the road, I think, at this point, but I don't have a regular camera. Like, of all the things I own, they're all video cameras with like next to nothing worth of a camera on it. Like these JVCs only have a 5 megapixel and it looks really bad. Like, it's not good at all. And so that's just one of those things that I really want one, and I keep seeing really good ones, and eventually I'm going to buy an actual like professional setup, a DSLR, because when I have my own space to film in and I have a light kit, I want a higher end video rig to record with, and the DSLRs are the best thing to use. The Canons and Nikons both have models that are amazing for video quality. But for the time being, Best Buy has a Nikon Coolpix S100, and it's a 16 megapixel. It's real thin. It's smaller. It's probably, they said it's smaller than an iPhone, but I think it's probably about the same size as an iPhone, about the same thickness too. The only thing I didn't like about it is the lens cover slides all the way over, but it does video. It does stereo on the video, which I thought was totally kick-ass. It does 3 pictures, and it's $100 or 109, I think. But I know if I go home and ask if I can buy that, and it's the deal of the day. So if you go to Best Buy and go to deals, it's their deal of the day. And it's a really nice camera. I think most places have it rated about 4.8 out of 5, and most of them's complaint is that sliding piece kind of feels flimsy, but I really need a regular camera to take pictures, especially when our niece and nephew are here. So I don't know where my wife's little red camera is, and I don't have anything that takes good pictures. Everything that I have is a video camera that has a regular camera features built into it, but they're all really low end. Probably the only one that's not is the GoPro, but I don't have the LCD back for it. If I did, I would probably use it a lot more just for taking pictures, but I can't really tell what I'm taking a picture of because I can't see it. It's got no LCD on it. So that may have to be a future purchase. I didn't really want to ever buy that thing because you can hook it up to your phone and use it, but that's for video. For taking pictures, it's a little, I mean, you still use the same software on your Android, but I'd rather be able to see what I'm shooting through the camera. So eventually I'm going to have to get one just to like take pictures and stuff like that. And I've been saying I need to just get one. And then I got the deal on the other JVC, and it's always something. And so I'm sure if I go home and say, look, it's, you know, it's $90 off, and it's one of the highest rated cameras, and it's really small, and it'll do video if I needed it to do video, but I want to get it to take pictures. I know what'll happen. I can guarantee it. I'll have to be like, you have enough cameras, you're not getting another camera. So, and I do need to probably weed out my cameras because I do have a lot of cameras. I have Sanyos and Kodaks, and I have all kinds of crap. But eventually I'm going to have a bag with all of them in there, all of my cameras, and you know, they each serve a purpose at some point in time. I just haven't gotten to that point because I usually use the JVC, or I use my, for my story time with Frank, if I'm sitting there here lately, or well, I guess on all of those, I've used that Microsoft Life Cam. I love that thing because I can watch basically what I'm recording. So I can see everything that it's doing. The only thing I don't like is that it does that really dark and then goes light. So what I need to do when I'm recording is delay myself a little bit and then cut that piece out. So anyway, I guess that's it for the day. I'm nowhere near Ikea, so I got a ways to go. But if I keep running my mouth, you guys are going to get bored. I'll probably film a little bit when we go to the airport tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on My wife, she doesn't really want to be on the videos, so we'll see. I may film when we're there, when we're picking them up or whatever. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hope everybody had a good Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.